Hey there, rulers. DMO73 here, bringing you the deck profile for the Chamimi Beasts list that I played earlier this week. I updated it just a bit since that list, since I played it on that week, but I did want to kind of talk about the list in general, and to kind of show you kind of how it's designed to operate. So Chamimi having a lot more access to a lot more beasts and a lot more interesting cards, specifically 3 Beast Conference, and Eagle Me and Mole Me make a really interesting package to help support like the really aggressive Hippo start, and then you have Arwen as well for this deck to be able to just pump through a ton of damage super fast. So quickly to go into the deck, we have Chamimi on the front side, Judgments for 5 to give all of our guys +4/+4. Honestly, in this deck, we're really just using her so that Nature's Beauty only costs us 1, but we can get to a position where if we need to, we can flip her over and have that +4/+4 buff and just start going to town from there. Stone-wise, we're playing 2 Saintly Elven Stones, 4 Magic Stones of Adventure, and then 4 Speaking Stone. The Speaking Stone are because we have Ruin Story. The Magic Stones of Adventure are because we have a lot of Mimi tribes here that we can potentially pump up in the upkeep. And Saintly Elven Stone is because we have Arwen and Fairer, Arwen and Lorite, so we can pump them up with Saintly Elven if we need to. Rune-wise, we're playing 1 Sand Awakening for some protection as well as early game aggression if we need to win trades. Nature's Beauty in the sideboards or in the rune deck, so we always have access to it. A Fuma Shuriken because it helps with those attacks or blockers. A Bullet Ball Thunderclap as a very, very sneaky way to push through damage for lethal or just cheat out lethal with the Awakening. And then an Explore the Unknown to be able to keep our card advantage up because we don't have a ton of card draw in this deck. Moving into the main deck, we're playing 3 Eagle Me. It is a solid Mimi tribe and a beast, and it can banish for free damage. Plus, it's just a 1-drop 3/3, which is, pretty solid. Just kind of standard. It's really interesting to be able to like protect it, and it's one of those things where if you swing with it, your opponent kind of has to like kind of always let it connect if you have another resonator, because like the worst comes to worst is that they commit it to a block, and then you just banish it and pump one of your other guys up +4/+4, and so they combat tricks to push through damage, as well as giving us that draw power. 4 Lorite and 4 Lorite's Disciples. It's a very aggressive deck. We have Arwens. These, couple nicely with Arwen. You have an Arwen on board, flash in a Lorite at the end of your opponent's turn, play the Lorite on your turn, pump it up to being a 14/14 with Arwen. Suddenly you're swinging in the air, pretty much killing anything you need to, or hitting your opponent and gaining 14 life. 4 Arwen, obviously, to go along with the deck, and then the last Resonator we're playing here is 4 Pygmy Hippo for that early game aggression. You saw the potential of Pygmy Hippo to just crash through for a ton of damage based on the matchup and how easy you get access to those Arwens. Going into the spells, we're playing 3 Ruin Story. Nothing really much to say here. 2 Elemental Blast, because we are playing quite a few 1-drops and 2-drops, so we can kind of torrent with this easily and get stuff out of the way if we need to. This is kind of a new addition to the deck. 3 Fairer spells, 4 3 Beast Conference, because this card is an absolute powerhouse in this deck. For only 2 Will Quick Cast, gets us to draw a card, gain 5 life, +4/+4. It's just absolutely insane. And then we play 1 copy of Nature's Beauty in the main. We weren't playing it in the main on that event, that match you saw on Wednesday, but after having played that match, I think we decided that we need at least 1 Nature's Beauty in the main, just so we always have access to 2 if we need to, rather than just burning the first Nature's Beauty and never having another one. So that is the deck. There is a sideboard here, but this is just based on kind of what was in my meta, so you don't really have to expect anything from that. So you can always make your own opinions about what you need to add in there. Just to kind of go through the cards, we've got more Bullet Balls, Squalls to deal with Flyers, Last Days to deal with Kyrix, the Magellanica, Violas to deal with any kind of potential graveyard decks, and then Magic Boomerang is cute because we can have flying to push through for lethal. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Save your own dudes, have it during the upkeep to ping Laylas. That's the number 1 thing I usually use it for, is Energize to kill a Layla on turn 1. If I need to. There's just lots of stuff that you can do with it. But that is the list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Go ahead and like and subscribe. As always, share out this video to your friends who might be interested in taking Chamimi into a new direction. I'd be happy to hear what they have to say. And until next time, this is DMO73 saying class dismissed.